You want to cuddle. Mm. You want to cuddle, baby. Mm. Mm. I wanted to make another video about twin flames. Somebody wants to cuddle. Hmm? Put your head down. No, you put your head down. About twin flames. I am on the twin flame journey now for going into my 4th year. And I just want to share some more thoughts of what I have learned. And what I understand the twin flame journey and connection to be. A lot of twin flames struggle. A lot of twins struggle with the twin flame connection because they think it's another regular human connection, a human relationship like we are used to in 3D. And all 3D relationships have been codependent relationships, codependent on and through the ego and the egoic needs and wants. And what is different about the twin flame connection? It truly is, to use the word divine or sacred for the twin flame energetic connection. It is sacred and different from a regular human relationship, ego-based relationship, in that the twin flame dynamic, the purpose of it is to trigger and work the ego death. No other relationship will do that because the dynamic is different. Every regular human relationship where you have two people involved, two souls involved, they will always be ego-based because that is just the regular template of how we have always done human relationships, ego relating to another ego. It's very emotional, very needs-based. And the twin flame dynamic, for those who are twin flames, will know this, that you cannot bring any of your ego into the connection. And why this is so different is because with a twin flame, it is one soul, it is your soul, and there happens to be another incarnation, another body of the very same soul that you are. And so you cannot play the relationship game with your own soul, because energetically you cannot manipulate yourself, and you shouldn't manipulate yourself. And this is the thing in the twin flame connection, is what unveils the ego, what unveils every egoic motive. And in that way, the twin flame connection purges our egoic tendencies. A lot of twins, mainly the divine feminine energy, um, being that she is the he or she, it's energetic, being that the energy is the emotional energy, the nurturing energy, um, it is easy for us to fall into the old pattern of wanting to be codependent with our divine masculine and try to have a relationship based on the old pattern, and that will not work, because you are trying to relate on the ego template based on the emotional needs, on the reciprocation, um, from our emotional state of lack or poverty. The twin flame connection will not allow for that. Whenever those elements are there, the lack, the neediness, the divine counterpart will run, because it is energy that is at odds with itself. And I understand now why the twin flame connection is so unique and otherworldly, because it is uh, the catalyst to ego death. And it is truly the connection that triggers our ascension out of egoic relationships. It elevates us higher. It will be different. It has never been on the earth, not collectively. And twin flames are here to change that energy. Now, there are those who may not be quite ready to entirely relinquish the egoic way of relating to one another, and they will opt for a soulmate. With your soulmate, you have that dynamic of meeting each other's needs with nurture and care, and it's very much a 3D relationship where you have codependence uh, on one another, where you enjoy the reciprocation of having your needs met. But in the twin flame dynamic, you being the one soul in two bodies, you cannot expect that to work, because you are uh, pushed to meet your own needs. You are pushed by the divine, by these energies, to find the fulfillment, the fullness in yourself, so that you're no longer codependent on another being. Now, we are bringing in new templates. We don't know yet what this will look like, but eventually humanity will move out of the egoic codependent patterns, because egoic codependency, in keeping us in our needs and wants, is what keeps creating the conflict, because we have a need, and when that need is not fulfilled, it creates strife and conflict. And that's the whole conflict we see in the world, is because everything is ego based, and we're based on the demand of meeting each other's needs. And when that's not there, you're going to get, your ego is going to have a fit. And that's how we get into fights and arguments. So through the twin flame energy, this is going to change. It's changing in me as I have to learn. First of all, I'm becoming very aware of my egoic traits and where there is a want and a need that I want my twin to fulfill for me, which I'll be reminded that's never going to happen. I have to fulfill that in myself. So essentially, it's the journey into wholeness within yourself, independent of any other person. When we reach this wholeness, when ego is taking the back seat, when ego no longer has the say, it's going to create a different kind of human. A human that doesn't need anything, doesn't have the impulse for war, doesn't have the impulse for, I need your stuff to survive, to have my needs filled. I am filling my own need. And so it's going to produce a new human. And it'll be imperative for peace, for lasting peace, to know the wholeness that we have within ourselves. And so those who want to marry their twin, yes, there are twin flames that are together, that are married, but if this desire comes from an egoic desire that you want, that you're hoping that your twin is your soulmate, they're not going to be that. That you're hoping that your twin is going to be there for you, that's not going to happen. So you can't treat this like the ego-based relationships that we have always been used to. This is intended to ascend you, grow you, mature you into a whole being in and of yourself, in your soul. And when you are whole in your soul, you can relate to your twin from that wholeness. There will not be any expectations. There will not be any demands. When they leave you, the betrayal triggers and betrayal wounds will no longer be there because you have healed that. The twin flame journey will make sure you heal that. And there's not going to be strife once you master the twin flame journey. The strife and the fighting and the demanding will just not be there. I'm sorry, this is so long and convoluted. This is a new awareness that I'm just trying to draw out of myself and put together into words, and it's all over the place. So forgive me for that. I am not a pro in video making. I'm just talking off the top of my head, and sometimes the thoughts are not all that clear the first time, and I have to repeat myself. Anyways, I hope this helps someone. I hope this gives you an idea of what the twin flame journey is not, at least. And yeah, so for those who are twin flames, happy twin flaming, and continue with your journey inward, continue knowing yourself, continue fulfilling yourself, and become a wholesome human being.